All right, well, welcome to a Feature Friday, and today I'm pleased to be joined by Daniel Paluszek. And for those who don't know you, Daniel, you've been around for a long time in VMware, generating very good technical articles, blogs, and lots of stuff. Just give everyone a brief introduction of yourself, please.
Sure, Guy. Thank you again for the opportunity to be on this Feature Friday. So I'm Daniel Paluszek. I'm part of our cloud provider solution architecture team based here in the US. I focus on our strategic cloud providers and really assisting them on their journey of deploying a VMware cloud provider solution architecture stack.
Cool. Thanks, Daniel. And for those who don't know me already, on episode 43 or something like that, I don't know where you've been, but hey ho. My name is Guy Bartram. I am the director of Cloud Director and Product Marketing in the Cloud Services Business Unit. And today, Daniel, we're here to talk about something that launches today. So super exciting, a new certification.
That's right. Yes, we are now announcing our new VMware Cloud Provider Specialist examination for 2021. This is our fully refreshed exam that is available through our VMware education team. This is our second iteration of our exam for cloud providers. That is a solution focused exam. So we are stoked about releasing this. We've had a global team of SMEs that helped with developing this, and is really exciting to really talk about, releasing a certification and also this badge that really highlights the importance of our VMware cloud providers.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I mean, in the 6 years I've been at VMware, when we started, we were on this journey where we had a bunch of products and we had individual product certifications. It was really like a big tool set, really. And in the last 5 years or so, we've really kind of turned that around from being a tool set to being a whole kind of VMware cloud platform, an integrated platform, covering these types of solutions and architectures, delivering the services necessary. So what does this provider specialist exam cover in terms of the solutions that are in there, for example?
Yeah, that's a great question, Guy. So this focuses on our conceptual framework, what we call the cloud provider platform within a provider data center. So if we look at the heart of it, which is VMware Cloud Director, and then all the associated parts and pieces of that, that looks at it from a solution focus. We're not looking for technical speeds and feats, if you will, trying to throw out those minimum or maximum questions, but your level of understanding of how all these components work together to launch a solution that is for cloud providers. So we look at and we test a candidate's level of knowledge on Cloud Director availability, Cloud Director integration with the compute, storage, networking perspective. We also have a smattering of usage meter and tenant app questions in there that really understand, how we're launching a service. And then it really goes into how we actually want to plan, design, deploy, operate this cloud provider platform. So I'm excited about this because we brought together a global team of individuals from my organization, from our support organization, professional services, and even our partners, VMware Cloud partners that actually helped create this exam. So, I made sure that our team was really focused on how do we focus on these solution-focused questions and engaging a candidate in thinking through that process.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So let's talk about this sort of the candidate quality then. So there's lots of certifications around. What are you kind of suggesting, or what would be the minimum knowledge and capability and experience that you'd be looking for someone to do this type of exam?
Yeah, so with our previous release of the first version of this, we have a prior requirement for a VMware certified professional exam. So you have to be a VCP to sit this online exam on that. And then what we're looking for is experience, working knowledge of Cloud Director and these integration points. I don't like to put a time frame on it. You're going to have a level of hands-on keyboard working knowledge of how the architecture works, right? We're
Yeah.
asking some questions on this, and in some cases, I think that this could even be a VCP level, if not, more challenging exam questions that really focus on that solution and understanding your level of knowledge of working a cloud provider platform on that. So we do, and you'll see in the blueprint, we provide prescribed guidance on what we're looking for. So for example, we want you to identify the function of, well, I'll pick on Cloud Director. What does the cell architecture and services look like, right? How would somebody deploy a VCD platform at a site? And what are some of the key distinctions between deploying, let's say, the virtual appliance version of Cloud Director versus a binary install version on that? And what are the requirements for each of those? So,
Mm.
we want a individual to have that working knowledge, right? But also in the blueprint, you'll see how we provide guidance on how to prepare for this, right? Our hands-on labs, our VMware education courses will provide that working knowledge for you to successfully pass this exam and meet the minimum qualified candidate requirements.
So this is really like the pinnacle, if you like, of the available cloud provider certifications that are out there for VMware.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, my personal goal is to continue to add on to this, right? So I challenge everybody in our global community to go, take this, look at this. And, for our cloud providers, this is a great way of setting a foundational baseline that says, okay, from a path of progression for a individual, an engineer that's in a cloud provider, uh, you know, earn a VCP. And if you're working with our cloud provider stack, here's a great way of saying, here's how I'm going to advance my career
Yeah.
from an operations perspective or an architecture perspective, and really showing that capability of having that level of qualification within our cloud provider platform.
Yeah, I guess that's, I mean, when you look at all of the armory of certifications and exams that are out there now for all the different hyperscalers or other types of clouds, it's very kind of hard to understand what makes you stand out from everyone else, especially in this kind of resource constraint world we live in today. So this is a really good opportunity, I think, for, like you say, someone to sort of forward their career.
Yep.
If you're looking to move company for it, perhaps this would be a really good like hiring question or a
Yeah.
way of vetting your potential candidates. Um, and it's been around a little while. So it's been around 2019, 2020, and now 21,
21.
the new
Hmm.
edition of it. Right. Okay.
Yes.
And have you seen the kind of stack change over that time out of period? And how's that been reflected in the exam?
Yeah, technology moves fast. So
Yeah.
when we started the initiative of updating this, I looked at our previous exam questions and I said, well, I think we're going to restart this from the beginning. So,
Yeah.
so to answer that question directly, we focused the previous version around Cloud Director, but what we wanted to do was take a new working approach to this. There's a lot of new SMEs. Majority of the team that developed this had a new set of eyes built on this. And, as I said before, I wanted to set a threshold that said this was a solution focused, examination and, really looking at what your level of working knowledge is on that. So for us, our level of understanding and where I can contrast this from the previous version is what are the integration points and where has Cloud Director, for example, evolved for almost 3 years ago compared to now, and it's almost a
Way
night
different.
and day difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that we also look at is how a cloud provider operationalizes our solutions, right? And I think that that's another big component of this is you know for example, I'll pick on, Cloud Director with central point of management, right? That wasn't even available 3 years ago, right? So I can now provide a shared multi-tenant cloud alongside a dedicated private cloud. But also, as we expand across the horizon, what if we want to provide that in a hyperscaler solution, right? And use VCD to kind of stitch all that together, right? That's the future that we're all working together on. And if you can understand it within your provider premises, right, and understand that, then you'll be able to take that working knowledge and move it to a asset light or a hyperscaler solution as we go to market and deliver that down the road.
Yeah, and that's all, the next phase of things to come really is, I think, making good on this hybrid cloud kind of capability. We've talked multi-cloud, and we certainly deliver multi-cloud today. The hybrid cloud play, which is, that single operational control plane across multiple clouds, that's now really a reality with ECD. And like you say, it's funny. I was doing the foundations exam and update for 10.2, and we started looking at the 10.0 stuff. Couldn't use any of it. It was like, it was wow. We've really come a long way in the last couple of years, and it's far more. It's almost like to be um, uh, a product manager slash architect now. You need to understand how VCD can extend your portfolio, and the solutions it can provide out the box, and the roadmap of solutions that you want to provide in the future. And just to have knowledge of that, requires quite a lot of understanding of how our core platform works.
100%. And,
Yeah,
another sneak peek to the exam is, one of the things that we test on is networking concepts within VCD. We're not
yeah,
looking for you to be an NSX expert, but we want you to understand some of the NSXT concepts within VCD. So, that is definitely something that we're looking at, on pushing that threshold and making sure that you understand what NSXT can do from a transformational technology and delivering that beyond what we have developed with previous iterations of our networking platform, right? NSXT is a whole new uh, architecture, but also we have all these net new additional features and possibilities. And I think that
yeah,
that is one thing that, as a technologist and as an engineer, that said, all right, we had gone from distributed switching to NSXV, now to NSXT. There are these new concepts that sometimes are hard to get our heads wrapped around, and then you see, there's an area of opportunity here, right?
yeah,
And I think that it's beyond VMs, right? It's looking at how we actually operationalize Tanzu Kubernetes grid clusters inside of VCD to securing workloads from a microsegmentation perspective to data center groups, which is a concept that's unique to VCD that
hmm
allows us for shared networking constructs and objects, right? So, I think that what I'm passionate about is understanding the area of opportunity within our cloud provider platform and using it, right? This is all capabilities that we can develop and deliver as a functional team, between all of us and our cloud provider community, and deliver these to end users that are valuable features that we've spent a lot of time and resources behind, right? So
yeah, totally.
I think that that's the most exciting part of this.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, you're so right. And just saying that, what you briefly said about NSXT and new concepts. I mean, we're not even scratching the surface about, what NSXT is really going to be able to offer a cloud provider. We're just trying to get cloud providers, well, so I'm trying to get them onto NSXT to start with and understanding translation. But then as you start talking about Tanzu and Kubernetes and different capabilities of the infrastructure to support different types of services, it's going to get more and more important for our cloud providers just to understand these terminologies, understand exactly what we're talking about, and how their existing cloud provider platform is going to support them on that journey. Because that's going to get more and more and more and more important for us, and our cloud providers, and we will be talking a lot more about it. So it's kind of, yeah, I feel like you've got to do this because you can get left behind if you don't do this. Things are evolving so fast that, and the market and the customers, they're not slowing down. They're not saying, hey,
No,
take it another year. We don't mind. It's getting faster.
100% you're spot on, Guy. I think that, our globally, VMware is doing a great job of really looking at this virtual cloud network, right? And understanding all of these solutions that comprise of that framework, just like we have the cloud provider platform. But to have a meaningful conversation as a cloud provider, you have to have an understanding of what you can deliver as a service, right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's NSXT is going to be a key functional requirement of that going forward. The individuals and the technical professionals that are really going to excel, and if you want to really advance your career, you're going to have a level of understanding of how all of these pieces fit together, right?
Yeah.
And have an understanding of what does it mean to have a cloud management platform connect to my compute, my storage, and network, but I'll also operationalize it and treat infrastructure as code in many ways, right?
Yeah.
So I think that, coming back to our new certification, right? This sets that bar for understanding that stack, and then, really challenging an individual to say, okay, if I have a gap here, how do I close it, right? Maybe I have limited experience on NSXT. Well, go, test one of the hands-on lab, or go through our new 10.2 course from VMware Education, or talk to your cloud provider solutions engineer or your aggregator and have a conversation of what are the new enhancements with NSXT and VCD, right? So those are the things that you can do on really understanding some of this new functional capability that is really going to elevate not only your opportunity but also your organization's capability on that.
You miss one critical thing there, which is
What's that?
always watch a Feature Friday.
That's right. We're this.
Yeah, that's what we cover, man.
That's
All right.
right.
Well, listen, this is great. So, super excited, and thank you for, not only like your personal investment in this. I know you go above and beyond to organize teams to do this type of stuff. I know it's not easy. I'm still struggling trying to get the 10.2 stuff out. So, which is going to be out soon, everyone. But this is great to see this live today out there on our education services for people to start looking at and hopefully sitting and passing, which is the ultimate goal.
That's right. Absolutely. So call to action, please go to our VMware education site, look for the new Cloud Provider Specialist 2021 exam, register through the Pearson VUE link that automatically provides that integration. And I look forward to seeing many of you pass this new exam and seeing this badge within your profile. So thank you again, Guy, for the opportunity.
No worries. And the link will be in the description of this video. And also there is a blog that you're launching as well, which will
That's
be
right.
on our cloud providers blog site. So
That's right.
plenty of information for people to find. Daniel, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on board and telling us about this. And I'm really pleased to see yet another investment in, helping our cloud providers and their specialists enhance their knowledge. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Guy.